Welcome to Conspiracy in Real Time, the greatest show on earth. I am your medicated on marijuana, your medicated and unregulated host. I'm I'm your number one cabal buster. I am the cabal buster of Florida. I call myself Joshua Stonecutter on the internet. I don't know if I just said that or not. It's been a long day. When you're in a cult, you don't know that you're in a cult. When you're under mind control, you don't know that you're under mind control. All you guys on Twitch, all you people on Twitch playing all these video games and stuff, I know that it's fun when you're slamming sodas and popping addies and stuff like that, and it's you've been up for a day and a half and you and your friends are really bonding and stuff, and I feel like that stuff is important. But you need to understand that you need to put everything aside and try to break free from the mind control. I mean, you don't want to be under mind control, okay? Trust me. You do not want to be under mind control. This is Conspiracy in Real Time, as I already said, the greatest show on earth. Let me show you who my sponsor is. This is not really my sponsor, but when you're running from the SS and when you're running from the deep state, you want the best in running shoes. You want simply the best in running shoes. And that's why I'm sponsored by OnCloud running shoes, because they know, OnCloud knows, how fast I have to move, and OnCloud knows how much I'm on my feet. So they send me a free pair of shoes, every couple months or so. These are my favorite. These are the ones that I keep getting over and over and over again. These are the Cloud Flow. It's the Cloud Flow, and these shoes are amazing, you guys. These shoes are amazing. They're so light. Check this out, you guys. I've been wearing these for about 3 years now. Okay, this Christmas, mark my words, this Christmas, you are going to see everybody and their cousin walking around and getting a new pair of these or Hoka's. Hoka's is OnCloud's. I don't want to call them competitor. They probably don't want to call them that either. It's just a different running shoe. The Hoka's look like they're maybe a little bit more durable. That's the only thing I don't like about the OnClouds is how they get tore up, because I tear my shoes up. You know what I'm saying? I really wear them out. I'm a big guy. But what I'm getting at, you guys, you are gonna see everybody. Everybody who's $75,000 and up income. You're going to see every single person in that category walking around in a pair of these. But just remember, I was the one that was wearing them first, you guys. I was the first person wearing these shoes in Florida, I swear to you. I found these shoes up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, about 3 or 4 years ago. And I bought them on a whim. They were made out of different materials then. The design that they had then you can't even buy now. I actually like those designs. I take that back. You might be able to buy that design on their website. But anyways, they're expensive shoes, but they're super, super light. And I like the way they look. I'm a big fan of the way they look. I mean, I think these things just look cool. But anyways, it kind of sucks for me now because all these SS PED families, it's so funny, all these, because they're people with money, right? That's the thing. The PEDs are people with money, and the people of influence also, which are just hoity-toity families or whatever. Anyways, I'm starting to see people walking around in these, and I'm like, because there was a time where people were asking me, oh, cool, what kind of shoes are those? And blah, 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 blah. Not anymore, man. Every 10th or 15th person in Florida is wearing those now. And I'm seeing such an explosion in those and the Hoka's. If I had money and time to put money in the stock market, I'm telling you right now, what's the date now? Today's the 15th. That's enough time. If you know anybody in the stock market, if you play the stock market, I'm telling you right now, OnCloud and Hoka, their stock is going to rocket unless they're scamming people and being dishonest about their numbers, which they probably are. It's all businesses are, it seems like. It seems like if you want to be good at... It seems like in America, when people say that you're, quote, good at business, it seems to me like what that means is that you're good at lying to people and effing people over. Anyways, I'm in love with these shoes, you guys. They are so light. I mean, these shoes are unbelievably light. Since I've bought a pair of these On Clouds, like this is like probably like my seventh pair, you guys. This is probably my seventh pair, and you have to keep in mind that like I'm on my feet all the time. A pair like this could maybe last somebody maybe 2 years if they don't, you know what I mean? If they have multiple shoes or whatever. If it's your primary shoe, eventually you'll wear them out. They're not prone to being worn out or anything. It's just, again, that's what I do is I'm on my feet, excuse me, and I'm walking around downtowns, big cities, DMVs, parking lots. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting the urban, you know, CrossFit, the urban track and field going. You know. Okay, enough about my new shoes. I'm just happy, but I just wanted to show those off. You know, show and tell. You know, I got. I'm always saying when I'm working, you know, Papa needs new shoes, but I actually did need some new shoes, and so I treated myself when I was in Gainesville yesterday. I went and bought those. My car also, by the way, because of like the $4,000 worth of repairs that have been done on it since it was first purchased about a year ago, my car is finally, as of like yesterday, or really as of this morning, because I drove it home in the rain last night. It was a very dangerous drive home last night, right? But I got to drive my car around today, and my car drives like another car, like a totally different vehicle. You guys, it's very relieving. It looks as though I can just focus on work right now. It looks like I don't have anything that's going to be bothering me or getting in the way. This is the topic that we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about how they use hand signals. We're going to talk about how they use hand signals and some of the things going on in America, with the signaling and what it all means. Because the stuff that I'm telling you about, you can see going on in every country. Let's see here. Somebody's chatting with me on Twitch, but they're just saying some BS. All right, so these are the two tracks that I have today in the main room. We got Quad Communications. Then we have Pink Bomb Icarus. Side A is Icarus, and then side B is Icarus, the Chime Mix, and Icarus, This Feeling. And I believe the record label is Quad Communications. This track was made in England. Let's see here. Now, the second track that we have is Ritmo Rivals Project, You Never Want Me. And the label that it's on, I picked this one because of the label, Planet 4. I thought that was pretty cool. And the two mixes are Ritmo's Revolution Mix and Parks and Wilson Tilted Dub. All right, this is the topic, you guys. This is the topic that we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the hand signals that they're using. Okay? And the reason my show is called Conspiracy in Real Time and not, you know, conspiracy theories or blah, 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 is because I'm not sitting here regurgitating videos that I've watched on YouTube. I'm not sitting here regurgitating news clips from the day and like giving my hypothesis on what they might mean or whatever. I'm giving you real life conspiracy stuff that's happening outside of your house in all major cities, every major metropolitan area, as I like to say. This is the thing that you need to understand, is that they're stalking everybody, all right? If you have any kind of presence whatsoever, and this especially goes for females, all right? If you have any kind of presence whatsoever on like social media or TikTok, the people that are like frequenting your TikTok and frequenting your social medias are oftentimes actually stalking you in real life as well. They might go to the gym and try to get some video of you and stuff. Now, I don't know where it goes after that, like if they're all sharing it or whatnot, but I think they are, because you have to understand that a lot of these people are accessing something underneath the ground. And I believe whatever it is probably some communal space. I believe they all know each other down there. And like, we're the suckers. Do you see what I'm saying? If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're up here on the surface and you're one of the suckers. I have proof that there's stuff going on underneath the surface of the earth. I have proof of it. I can show people where this stuff is. It's not rocket science. All right. They're stalking everybody on social media. And when I say they, this is how it works, you guys. This is what you need to understand. Let's just take your neighbor who lives a couple houses down and you don't really know them, right? Your neighbor was in the military. Your neighbor had like top level, security clearance. Well, your neighbor is no longer active duty, but your neighbor is still serving this country by basically narking on everybody around them. So, your neighbor who's a couple blocks away, who was in the military, still has this clearance. And one of the things they're allowed to do is, just like if you watch Citizen 4 or listen to Edward Snowden, they've been able to do this for a long time. They can just like peek into like anybody's social media and look through all these back doors and see tons of personal stuff about you. So when people are saying like, oh yeah, they're spying on you, and then the immediate SS, the immediate secret society response to that is they'll bring up something about how, oh yeah, like I saw an advertisement after I was talking about, brake pads. I saw an advertisement for brake pads. And they'll bring it back to like, oh yeah, it's just advertising. Yo, man, that's not what I'm talking about, and that is not what's going on. That is not the reality of it, and they know it. Your local mechanic knows it. All of the police know it. Your local fire department, everybody in your local fire department knows this. All the ambulance workers, all the police, everybody. They all know this, okay? And it looks like they have access to these like kind of back doors and stuff into people's personal space. But like, okay, so let's talk about the hypothetical guy who lives a couple houses down, right? They have all this access to all this black technology that we don't have access to. And if they get drunk and they're hanging out with their friends, or if their friends are a bunch of people that have the same clearance that they do, well, then they start doing all this weird stuff with their neighbors and people and stuff like that. And it gets to the point where, like, if you're trying to, like, basically hook up with somebody on social media, if you're trying to hook up with somebody in your town and you're in the SS, you're going to come at them from all angles. So if you're not in the SS, what you need to realize is that if you're a female or if you're a guy, you're going to have people coming at you from all angles. And it's going to look like it's all coincidental. So you're going to have one friend say that you should go to some concert, and then you're going to have some girl who doesn't even know your friend, who you just met yesterday, or you just started working at your job, or is just standing behind you in line, or was standing in the bank when you walked in. It doesn't matter. It's something random. And they're going to talk about the same concert, and you're going to start thinking there's these signs, right? There's these signs, and you're seeing people talk about this and this, so then you should go do it. When in reality, it's your neighbor 3 doors down pulling a gang stalker routine on you, psychologically manipulating you. This is the mind control. This is part of how it works, you guys. So like, if you're an attractive female and you have no idea what I'm talking about, like, the algorithm set up on the internet will keep my show from you completely. Like, that's probably one of the people that they don't want watching my show the most is young females. Probably females in high school. Females like in young girls in college, they don't want young girls watching my show, because I'm gonna tell them things like when you go to work out, that creepy guy who has his cell phone sticking out of his top pocket with his camera pointed at you, that you scratch your head and think, nah. I'm sitting here saying, yep, that dude is stalking you, and that dude is on your social media, and that it goes way deeper and gets way creepier than that. The topic of the day is hand signals, and I haven't even started talking about that yet. They use hand signals, you guys. Let's talk about the hand signals. And you can see them do this when they go to street corners. You can see them do this when they go to enter buildings. This is the big thing, the big time, the main time that they do it. It's when they enter buildings. So, let's see here. We've got this one. This is the big one. I've been seeing this one a lot. And then there's one that I have not been seeing, but that I used to see all the time. And I'm wondering if it's because I'm in a different area. You have to keep in mind that I don't know what these mean. I thought that they were doing them at me. Do you see? But they're not. They're doing them to each other. This is the other one. Just this. That's it. This is one of them. So you got this one, and then I don't have my glasses, But another one they do is they tap their glasses and raise their glasses. So what's happening in the cities that I'm going to is these people, they all know each other from down underneath, right? Maybe they're all I don't know how it works. I don't know. But they're up top though. They're on the surface. And they're seeing each other and they know each other because they're all in the SS, right? Because you couldn't have these things. You couldn't have all of the abuse, the child abuse. You couldn't have all of the murders, because look, there's murders going on. There are murders going on, you guys. I can tell you right now off the top of my head about several missing persons, several unsolved several unsolved missing persons. I can tell you about several suspicious deaths, several murders. So, oh, the hands, and then there's this one. Okay, so there's the hand to the chest, right? To the neck. Then there's this one, the sign of disapproval. I disapprove of you. And they're always doing this one behind my back, you guys. So like, let's say I'm talking to you, right? And you're in the SS. Somebody else in the SS is behind my back going like this. So the person who's speaking with me knows we disapprove of them. It's like, it's lame, you guys. I mean, this is like Boy Scout club, like clubhouse kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And that is what we're dealing with. It's like dealing with a bunch of juveniles. And the only reason they're able to continue on doing it is because of the group participation, is because of the group think. Oh, well, Bob's doing it. Well, Joe's doing it. Well, all 7 of us are doing it. Do you see? That is the mind control. That is, you're in a cult. You are in a cult. You didn't come up with these ideas. None of these people who are walking around on the streets like treating me like crap or treating the targeted individuals like crap, none of those people came up with the idea to do that. Every single one of them, I got something like a piece of dust in my nose. Every single one of them is following instructions. Many of them are not allowed to watch my YouTube show. They're not allowed to subscribe to it. They're not allowed to help me in any way because they believe that I am the enemy and that they're at war and that they would be giving an enemy aid in the time of war. I think that is the deal, you guys. I'm serious. I think that I have been labeled like a enemy of the state or like a domestic terrorist, and because I'm labeled as such, and that because technically we are at war, you guys. We are in several wars, and one of the wars that we're in is a war on an idea. We're not even at war with a country, or we're at war with an idea. What's the idea that we're at war with? We're at war with terrorism. It's the same thing as communism. It's not an actual, you're just at war with an idea. And then you can kind of direct that at whomever. So don't you see? Look, this is no different than me being labeled a communist. I'm serious, you guys. This is no different than them picking and choosing things that I had said 50 years ago and calling me a communist. Because that's all they've done. They have picked and chosen things that I have said. People, individuals out there in our society have live recorded me with their cell phones and video recorded me with their cell phones and goaded me and got me to say things that are like, illegal or would be illegal or whatever. It took me a long time to catch on to the fact that they were doing that. But I don't know to what end. I don't know if it's done to make me feel as though that's the reason, because they're always trying to mislead targeted individuals. They're always trying to mislead us as to the reasons why we're targeted. They try to make us believe that we're, destined for something amazing, that we're chosen for something, but nobody seems to know what we're chosen for exactly. I will say this much. It looks like my entire life and everything they've been doing my entire life has been in part done to make me believe that I am like a normal person that you would find walking around on the street. I'm completely serious, and I'm not trying to say that I am like amazing or I am like higher or better than anybody else. Okay, but that being said, I am better than a lot of people at a lot of things. I don't really know how else to put it to you, and I'll just say it to you again because it's very simple. I am better than a lot of people at a lot of things. Now, I'm not saying that that makes me a better person because I don't believe that it does. It just means that in some areas I'm more gifted than others. In some areas I'm more talented than others. But it seems like my whole entire life has been, the effort has been from my family, my church, and everything that they've gotten me personally involved with after that has been to make me believe that I'm not, to literally make me believe, quote unquote, that I am not special. Like that is literally like word for word something that they pushed on me in Ocala. And when I say they, I mean like the 6 or 7 SS people that pretend befriended me. And if you don't believe me, or if you think I'm wrong, challenge me. And we will talk to any one of them. You and me, we will three-way call them. And I'll record it all on video. And I'll play it on my show. And you can see that I'm right. And then everybody on the internet can see that I'm right as well. These people pretend befriended me. This went on for about 1.5 years with the idea and with the preconceived notion that they were going to set me up to fail and befriend me with the notion that they were going to like purposely pull the rug out from underneath me at just the right times to like try to get me to go crazy. Because again, like I said in my last episode, and this is for the people watching on BitChute especially, the people that are doing these crazy things, they are being harassed and stalked and group stalked in the same manner that I am right now. And I believe that a lot of these school shooters and stuff like that, it's their families and their school counselors that are also involved in it. Because it has nothing to do with what their school counselor does for a profession or what their parents say on a microphone or what their parents do as a profession. It has everything to do with the SS that they are in and the crazy effed up stuff that they're doing. This stuff is very real. It's in every single city. I don't really know what else you want me to say. This is something that's really scaring me. Speaking of every city, there's fake homeless people in every city. In fact, I think the majority of the people are fake homeless people. I think the only real homeless people are people that they're lining up to literally sacrifice. I believe that's what's going on. Sunday. It all goes down on Sunday. Sacrifice Sunday. There's fake homeless people. And many of them, you guys, check this out. If you want to know where a lot of these portal locations are, it's the fake homeless people that are watching them. They're watching over them. And they signal if it's good to go. Up or down or left or right. I don't really know all the deets. I don't know all the details, okay? But like, they have fake homeless people. I call them gatekeepers, but they're literally drunks and crackheads. But not to the extent that you would think. But I think they're paying some penance. I think that maybe they've been caught with something, or do you see what I'm saying? It seems like they're paying for a crime perhaps that they've committed, because some of them, you guys, they have to be at these spots at certain times, and they get contacted and they get told to go to other spots because they don't always come up out of the same portals, right? Which are just like shops and restaurants and things like that in these big cities. Yeah, believe it or not, that's where they're coming up out of. So like, they have them come up out of different areas at different times of day and stuff. Again, I don't know how it all works. I don't know how it all works. But I do know this. Everything is multi-purpose with this stuff, all right? And the people that are using the hand signals are your Uber drivers, your Lyft drivers, your firefighters, your police, your ambulance workers. All these people that you think that you would go to talk to about weird stuff like this going on are the people that are involved in it. Are you guys starting to get it now? All the sheriffs, all the police, all the ambulance, all the firefighters. You guys think that there's like this whole undercurrent of like quote unquote patriots, you guys, I think the patriots are like, I don't even know what, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate. All I know is that like there is no undercurrent of like people standing up to this stuff. The people that you would think would be standing up to it are the ones that are participating in it. Okay? And they probably have portal access. That's probably what it is. Because eventually it's going to be, and this is why I don't understand, because it's getting almost to this point, eventually it's going to be only people with portal access. And then it's like, what does everybody else do? I think we're meant to be the workers and like the S slaves, you know? Everything is multi-purpose, even names and words. I've been thinking, and I'll end with this, you guys. I've been thinking about the fact that like I speculate that people I know and was raised by helped create the Tor browsers, right? Or they either helped create it or helped tweak them or just used them a lot. I don't know, right? But isn't it interesting that that all this is connected to the University of Florida? And what's their mascot? A gator, right? But how can you say the word gator? Gator, gay, tor. Gator, gay tor. Alligator, alligator, gay tor. Do you see? The word tor, though, is in there. Isn't that interesting? Also, my grandmother's name was pronounced I own. Like, I own you. Or, I own that book. Or, I own that speaker. That was one of the things that clued me off to the fact that there was something in all these names. Was my grandmother's name. That and the photograph that they put of her for her obituary in the newspaper, it looked absolutely horrible. And that was the last time, this was just recently, you guys, that was the last time that I thought to myself, my family is stupid or idiots or ignorant or whatever. It was the last time I made excuses for them, and it was the first time I started looking into them at all. And as soon as I even started peeling off the first layer of the onion, Tor reference intended, as soon as I peeled off the first layer of the Tor onion, right, what did I find? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I didn't even scratch the surface. I don't even want to. I scratched with one finger, and I don't like what I found. I don't want to like scratch anymore. Oof, man. Anyways, my grandfather's name is Harrison, son of Harris. Harris' son. Also, this is a funny one too. This is a good one. The town Astor, Astor, and just say it, you guys, Astor. And according to Fritz Springmeier, according to I believe a book that Fritz Springmeier and Cisco Wheeler wrote or published or whatever, there is, okay, so they say that there is a, quote, programming site in Astor, Florida. I've driven through there like 25, 45 times, you guys. I've driven through Astor. You guys, it's not, Astor doesn't have a programming site there. Astor is a programming site. Do you see? Astor doesn't have a programming site there. Astor is a programming site. Period. It's just that simple. So, anyways, that's my opinion. That, you know, I hate to be, like I said, I love saying this, right? But like, I hate to be such a cabal buster. You know, I hate to be such a cabal buster, but there is just one, there's this big part, or excuse me, there's this one part of this evil dark plan that I don't like, and I also don't understand. See, I understand getting all the gold. I understand wanting all the women. I understand the S slavery even, you know. I understand the biological cloning. I understand the lying to family members. I understand the tunneling underground. I understand the hiding of the weird crafts that I'm seeing underneath the ocean. I understand hiding the weird crafts that I'm seeing in the sky. I understand hiding, I think I probably already said it, but I understand hiding all these portals, all these underground portals. But there's one thing that I really don't understand. Who came along? Who was the dark, master programmer deep down underneath the earth, the creature down there? Because look, you guys, it's looking really doubtful, all this space stuff, man. Given what I know about what's happening underneath us and in the water, the stuff that I know myself, you guys, there's a lot to be looked at and a lot to be discussed. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take us a long time before we even start looking up again. Do you see? But I actually kind of forgot where I forgot where I was going with that. Started looking at the word Astor and I got distracted. But like yeah, I always lose my train of thought right towards the end, but that's fine because I feel like I've done a really good episode. Oh yeah, oh, okay, yeah. I'm talking about the one thing that I don't like. Like, okay, so like, that's why I got distracted because I went on such a long rampage, like listing all the things, like to make a point, like. And look, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me that there's like something underneath the ground. It doesn't bother me that there's like, it looks like there's like a city underneath every city. And it doesn't bother me that I might be living on top of some kind of military base or something like that. It doesn't bother me. But I don't understand who came along and said, we need to bungalow all these children. I hate to be a cabal buster, but who is the one that came along and said, okay, well, this is part of the plan, though, just to let you know, just to fill you in, like, and I'm being literal when I tell you this. You might find it disturbing, but we're going to have to F everybody in the A. That's part of it, like, everybody gets F'd in the A. It's like, well, what do you mean? Like, everybody gets F'd in the A? Like, what do you mean? You mean, like, figuratively, right? Like, what? Like, how bad? How bad does everybody get F'd in the A? No, you're not getting it, right? Everybody literally gets F'd in the A. That's part of it. Everybody has to get F'd in the A. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Maybe it's the control aspect of it. Maybe it's the control aspect of it. But apparently there's some people that like it or love it that much. That I don't know. I don't know. You see, you have to ask each individual person. And I think there's totally different levels to this. There's some people that only know about the substance abuse and the PED stuff, and that's all they're ever going to know about, because just substance abuse is enough to keep somebody busy for a lifetime. I know that personally because it almost killed me, right? And sex abuse is enough to keep somebody, or sex addiction or sex abuse, which is just like drug addiction or drug abuse, is enough to keep somebody busy for a lifetime, right? Or distracted for a lifetime. You combine the two together, substance abuse, substance addiction, and then sex addiction and sex abuse, right? That can keep you very, very occupied and very, very distracted and very, very not asking questions too, right? Like, if you are in a situation where you are facilitating like infants or young kids for yourself through like your local pastor, I don't know how it works, you guys. I don't know how these conversations start up. Like, you got me. It's not something I want to know about. But like, anyways, you guys get the point. You guys understand what I'm saying. How is that part of it? Like, yeah, we need to, but it's very important, it's very important that everybody gets F'd in the A. It's very important that we're allowed to F all these little kids in the A. Jeez, man. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And, I stand proud enough and tall enough and firm enough in my convictions, not to where like I feel like I need to go on a street corner and shout it out, but I feel like I stand sound enough in them to where I can talk to another human being about them and not like lie and gaslight and have to like, just be full of crap, right? Because people who are doing this stuff to children, or people who are okay with people doing this stuff to children, they are not capable of engaging in a normal back and forth conversation about it. They're not. And I don't know how. They probably all operate with it, not talking about it at all. It's probably like never discussed. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, there might be the R word going on in the other room with minors, but like, you might be out there in the living room watching the football game, and it's like, and nobody even knows what's going on. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like that. That's how this stuff's going down. And in the really big, nice neighborhoods, the really big mansions and all that kind of stuff, yo, man, that's where they have kids like hanging upside down by their ankles and stuff like that. I'm serious. And I'll try to end with this. From what I've gathered, they have devices in everybody's vehicles who they want to have devices in, and it keeps track of everybody, whether your phone's off, whether you have a GPS on or off, or whatever. Maybe mine's just old school. I don't know. But it would take me a while to explain. But I believe what's happening is these UFOs, quote unquote, I think they're operating out in the wide open in plain sight in certain parts of the country during certain parts of the day or night. And it's very, very possible. It's very, very possible. Because from what I'm seeing, the people who don't know about this stuff, the people who are in the dark about this stuff, yo, man, I don't know if they just have me limited on the internet and then they're coming at me in real life so much. But like, I can't seem to find other genuine people to talk to about this stuff. Everybody's like motivated to like lie and gaslight to me for some reason. So, I say it every episode, but like I am looking to connect with some real, actual people. So if you want to connect with me, send me a link to your Facebook page, not a page that you made using your Facebook page, not a group that looks like a Facebook page. Do you see what I'm saying? Because all I get is gang stalkers sending me these fake Facebook pages and stuff. Send me a link to your real Facebook page. We'll friend each other. We'll start talking, because eventually down the road, like maybe 6 months or a year or two from now, I'd like to maybe be in communication with a few people and be talking about maybe like moving to like a part of the country together, like maybe getting a house and some property together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe discussing things and like signing some legal, legal agreements. Basically like a commune kind of deal, but not like, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, that's just like an idea I just came up with kind of just now, but like, this is my point. Whatever it is, I'm not even thinking that there's safety in numbers. I just want to be in contact with another person or two that is like not actively involved in the SS or group stalking. Because everybody that I get in my personal life, when I walk outside my front door, every single person that interacts with me that comes up to me is in the SS. I have to like fight and go out of the way to like have these like interactions with real people, but I'm getting targeted so badly and so much that it's difficult for me to tell the difference at times. You have to understand that when I'm out moving around, I'm not like looking and trying to figure out who everybody is and stuff like that. Like I have a life that I have to live too, and I'm not always looking and searching for this stuff. In fact, it's as soon as I have to lie to myself basically when I go working and tell myself that this stuff isn't going on, and then like they get in my face and remind me in some way, shape, or form that, oh yes, it is. And that happened today, like for sure. And it happened yesterday too. I feel like it's getting worse. It probably does get worse around the holidays. It probably does get worse around the holidays because, and I'll end with this. I know I always say that, but I'll end with this. It's the people that are telling you that you need to go with the flow. It's the people that are telling you that you need to harmonize and get and meditate and get in touch with the earth and all this stuff. It's those same people that are going out in society and like basically being little like mischief causers. These people are out there causing disharmony on purpose. And that's my point about talking about the crystal people and all, because that really bothers me because I was like really big into the whole like kind of like, I don't want to say hippie movement, but just really big into like music and drum circles and like the culture of like really loving yourself and really loving your friends and neighbors. And where is that, you guys? Where has that gone? Where has the communal, let's get together, have a drum session and a potluck and love on each other and just have a good time and just, where has that gone? Where are all those people? I'm serious, you guys. Something isn't right. Something isn't right. All right, thank you for watching. I know I rambled a bunch. I'm super tired. I'm going to start uploading this, and I'm going to be asleep by the time it uploads. So thank you for watching. Please share my content. Peace.